Welcome everyone to today's episode of Retail Is Podcast. My name is Kylie Ross-Seibert from Retail Alliance, and today I'm joined by Cindy Norge, I should say, from CB Studios, which was formerly Country Bootleggers Studio Dance Center. So welcome, Cindy, and please tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for allowing me to share with you a little bit today about Country Bootleggers or CB Studios. I'm honored to be part of the Retail Alliance. So I've been a part of the Alliance for about a year now, and I love the thing that you guys have, Love Virginia. That is awesome. So I have a lot of people who have that app and use it. So I am the owner and the CEO of Country Bootleggers Dance Studio, located in Yorktown, Virginia, and it's been there for 26 years. I just had an anniversary, April the 20th of this year. It was 26 years. I am honored to have the studio for that long. I started dancing as a young child, and I kind of got out of it, and then I went to modeling a little bit. And then I decided that I saw some line dancing, and I thought, well, but this is cool. So I ended up taking my dance association certificate to become a dance instructor. And that would happen back in the late 80s. I think it was like 85, 86. Mm-hmm. And I started my business, like I said, in 1994. Prior to that, I was teaching through the York County Parks and Recreation. I was started off with line dancing. That's kind of where I got the Country Bootleggers from, because I only did country back then. And then, like I said, I taught at different places, like different bars and bowling alleys and stuff like that, until I came across this one spot that I love. And that was the history of Country Bootleggers. And so back in 2014, I added on to the studio. So now at the same location, I have Studio A and Studio B, which I can use both of those for different types, a different style of dancing. So everybody said, well, what do you teach at Country Bootleggers? Well, we teach adult classes, such as ballroom, country two-step. We do Latin, salsa, bachata. We do swing, East Coast swing or West Coast swing. We offer exercise classes such as line dancing, Zumba, Pilates, and yoga. So as you can see, we offer a different variety of dance classes at the studio. And and I'll tell you more about the classes later on, but that's how we got started. I started, like I said, love dancing, started off with line dancing, and now it's boomed into a big studio with a lot of opportunities for a lot of different people.
Yeah, and obviously, you started out with one type of dancing and have exploded into a lot more than that. So have you tried them all out yourself?
I have, actually. I
What's
can
your
do
favorite?
all of them. But it's one of those things. I know just a little. I'm dangerous of what I know, so I just know a little bit of everything. But that's about it. My passion and my husband's passion is West Coast swing, and we do compete in the swing competitions, which is called West Coast swing.
Wow. Okay, you and your husband both do it together.
Yes. My husband, when I met him, I am married. His name is Dennis Michael Norge, Sr. Mm-hmm. And actually, I didn't meet him dancing. It's funny. So actually, we met online, and I told him the two qualifications that he has to have one was dancing. If he didn't know how to dance, he has to learn how to dance, because I'm a studio owner, and then be a Christian. So he meets both of those categories.
Tick the list. That's awesome.
Yes.
So with all of everything that's going on right now, I mean, I know we're a few months into COVID-19 pandemic, and it must have sort of hit your business quite hard, being sort of the classes and in person. How have you had to deal with the changes, and what have you done to change?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The dance world has been really affected by this, because with dancing, not the exercise dances as much, not the exercise, but the partner dances that the majority of what we offer is, there's no such thing as social distancing, and dancing, because it's all about connection and framework and the closeness that you get as a partner and learn together. So yeah, the studio has been completely closed down, and I have started from day one offering, with the assistance of my team, my instructors. We have offered our dance classes online for free. And we did that for 7 months. I'm sorry, 7 weeks. And it's been really good. The instructors, my team, they provided a video of what they will be teaching in a group class. And then I will post that on our website and our Facebook page for people to look at. And, we tried to stay engaged. I did my line dancing dance parties online on Zoom, which was really fun. I had to get used to that. And I have a talk show every Thursday night at 6 to 6:30. It's called Country Bootleggers Talk Show with Cindy Norge. And it's all about, seeing how people are acting, what they're doing, what's changes that they're doing from phase 1 to phase 2, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it has really impacted Country Bootleggers, and we just have to be creative and do something different. I've started a GoFundMe to help provide assistance through this time, and to help the studio out with incoming, bills, and helping the instructors out, because actually between January and June is our busiest months, for people who want to take dance classes. And so this is really came at a really hard time for us, because this was our peak season.
Yeah. So you were actually able to keep your staff on during this time.
Yeah, it's very important to try to stay engaged. And, of course, everybody is trying to figure out what's going on. There's been a lot of people, a lot of my friends and instructors that have been laid off because of this, and they're struggling. And I know a lot of I've been staying connected with other studio owners too, to see how they're doing, and, see if we can kind of work it out and try to go through this together.
Yeah.
So it's very important to stay engaged and work with everybody at this time because everybody doesn't know what the new normal is. We're all trying to figure out what to do from here.
And it seems, every few weeks we move into, maybe a different phase. So it's like the new normal is never the new normal for long. So yeah, we have to be adaptive. So I did see on your Facebook page, you had some outdoor parking lot classes. I thought that was fantastic. There was some footage of that. So tell me a little bit about how that occurred.
Yeah, well, my line dance instructor, Sonia Davis, since we went to phase 2, we can do outside activities. Phase 1, we couldn't do anything. And but the governor allowed us to do phase 2, to do outside exercise classes. Mm-hmm. So we still can't do the partners as yet. But yeah, so I come up with this idea with Sonia, and I said, well, let's do something out in the parking lot. So that's what we've done. The only bad thing about that is that the weather has got to be permitted. This week we've had rain, so I couldn't do anything. But yeah, we've had a good turnout. So I only allowed 10 people, at one time to come in. I went to the parking lot. I took a little video of how the guidelines are going to be. Mm-hmm. And, so everybody can follow the guidelines and know exactly what to do when they come in. I couldn't take drive-throughs. You couldn't just drive through, and we won't allow to take cash. So everybody had a pre-sign up online, which was great. Mm-hmm. And my husband checked everybody, all the cars come in, but it's worked really well. It was very organized. I had a lot of awesome feedbacks about how we really did with the safety, and everybody had a good time. So I'm going to continue to do those. And a little FYI, I'm hoping by next week, you're the first one to find this out, maybe starting line dancing inside. I'm trying to get that ready and up to code with the COVID-19 guidelines that are set for us. So only for line dancing and maybe private lessons.
Okay. And you mentioned like parties and things. Is that like a private parties that you can book?
Yes. So everything goes online.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go to my website, which is www.countrybootleggers.com. And I'll say that again, later on. But yeah, so the line dance party is really fun. I do it twice a month on Zoom right now. Okay. And that is like in your own home. And that's on a Saturdays. And it's usually from 7:30 until 8:30. It's like an hour. And I kind of teach you some line dancing, and I teach like 4 or 5, and you can do it from your own home. It's really fun. So hopefully we'll be able to do that out in the parking lot as well. Yeah.
So it does sound like a lot of businesses who are going through, these changes are going to keep some of the things that they've adapted. So, and it sounds like, some of the Zoom things that you do. I did watch a few of your Thursday night sort of check-in Zooms that you do on your Facebook, and they're great, just sort of prompting questions from the community just to find out how people are going and stuff. So that's a good one too. So a lot of this stuff, are you going to keep, do you think, just to help that continuous communication?
Yeah, actually we are going to start offering online classes. Online, you can sign up for a class. Like, to say, for instance, if you want to take a bachata class or a salsa class, you will be able to click on that, pay for that class, and you'll get 4 weeks of a structural class. And then the instructors will be coming on and giving their, comments, seeing how you're doing within that. So it's going to be an ongoing class that you can register online. So I'm going to be doing both when we can open up the studio, but the online classes will still continue. Okay.
So yes. What has been one of the worst things for you going through this crisis?
Not seeing my people, not seeing my students, my friends, because at Country Bootleggers, we have our logo, and our motto is like, we're not just a dance studio. We build a friendship, and then our friendship becomes family. So, all our students, I don't really call them students. They're my family. I miss them, my family, my dance friends, and, even my family, my dad, he's 86 and he has COPD, and I've just got to be careful about, who I'm around, and, for not for my safety, but for other safety. And that's the concern that I'm having of going, when we do go to phase 3, how to get people, and I know a lot of people are in my same shoes. Some of them don't feel comfortable. They have loved ones that they've got to take care of. So, that's really my concern going forward. And, but I really miss the people, and dancing, it's all about interaction. It's all about connection, framework, and the fellowship, the socializing. That's part of, dancing and coming together. Zoom, it's good, or FaceTime, but it's not the same. I'm a huggy person. I just want to give you a big hug, and it's just like, it's driving me nuts. The interaction, I am missing the interaction and the touching and the loving and the, yeah. That's hard.
Wow. So I want to go back a little bit. So when you first started, I mean, it has been a little while since you first started out. When you think back to when you started your business and you were an entrepreneur, how did you feel at that time? Like, how did you even get started?
I do.
In terms of educating yourself and financial, investment and stuff like that. Like, it's a struggle even now, even more so now, I should say. But at that time, how did you deal with all of that?
Well, actually, I was scared to death. I didn't know. I was working full time at Newport News Shipbuilding. I retired in Newport News Shipbuilding in 2015, and I worked there for 35 years. And so it's like, okay, well, I was modeling at this place. It used to be called the In Place in Newport News.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the Ramonda End. And I used to model, and they had country. So after I modeled, I stayed and stuck around, and I saw a couple who was teaching country line dancing. So I just fell in love with it. So I asked them if they would coach me in becoming a line dance instructor. And they did. So they coached me for about a year and encouraged me to go and, like I said, and get my teacher association license. So I did that, and they kind of took me under the wings and guided me all the way through learning. And they were all amazing. Their name was Dick and Geneva, as some people might know back then. And yeah, so I did that, and then I contacted the Newport News Parks and Recreation, and at that time I was just asking them if they're looking for a dance instructor. And I went through, that program for, maybe 15 years. And so I taught, like I said, line dancing through Newport News Park and Recreation. And then I saw this place, and I asked the landlord. It was an old rundown paint store. It has cement floors, paint from ceiling to the floor. It was a mess. I mean, I think it's been vacant, I don't know how many years.
Right.
And so I asked the landlord, I says, I said, how would you mind me, renting it out, kind of testing it out, So, he gave me like 6 months for free rent, because he's going like, this ain't going to work. This is not going to work, And, but now, like I said, I built it up. I have, I put and that was just that first studio, So I put plywood on that cement floor. I had that down for years. Mm-hmm. And then I installed a beautiful floating wooden floor. So that's how I started with the old paint shop, from paint from the head, ceiling to the floor, and cement floor. And that was hard to dance on.
But you obviously
and then I got a contract with the York County Parks and Recreation, mm-hmm. and they helped me out because they were offering their classes to be taught at my studio. So I worked it out. So that was good, because at that time I didn't have nobody hardly. I just had some of my friends that followed me from the bowling alley, from different bars. I think I had maybe 5 people. And then, through York County Parks and Recreation, they've helped me out. They had people sign up for my class, and I held it at my studio. So that's how I started.
Wow. But I mean, it sounds like you've had great support from, your mentors at the beginning, to, free rent for 6 months to get yourself up and running, from, just the Parks and Recreation. So you've had support along the way, which I think is incredibly important.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I've been totally blessed. Blessed. And even today, if it wasn't for my supporters for today, my studio wouldn't have lasted 26 years. That's a great accomplishment for a dance studio to be open for that long. If it wasn't for my supporters and the community that I've lived in, and my family, I praise it all to them.
Right. So in terms of the community, how do you get the word out about the classes and about the studio?
Well, I'm what you call a social bunny. I'm not, I don't just sit back and let everybody run everything. I am like what you call a go-getter. My brain is always running 24 hours. I guess that's why I don't get a lot of sleep, because I'm constantly thinking of something. But I am part of the York County Chamber of Commerce. I'm on the board, and I really enjoy that. And I'm also, I do the Retail Alliance. I'm a member of you guys, and your organization has really supported me, and Beth Cook, and so I'm really active with y'all. I'm a member of the Peninsula Women Network, which we call PWN.
Yes.
I'm very active with them, and and I sponsor different events that they have. I do Relay for Life, and I do the SPCA with the animals. They're doing what you call a fur ball right now, and so I deal with the animals. Mm-hmm. And I do Williamsburg Dancing with the Stars. I don't know if you've heard about that. It's like like Dancing with the Stars on TV, but it's in Williamsburg, and they have two organizations that they raise money for.
Okay.
So I help with that every year, and I do. It's called Dream Catchers. I don't know if it's in Tuana, and it's a horse stable, and they do a lot of outreach for people with disabilities, children and adults, and that's a good organization. And I help them out, support them, and do a dance event every year at the Williamsburg Winery. So, like you said, that's just a little bit of what I do. I believe in giving back to the community because they, like I said, they give back to me as much as I do for them. So you have to. I was born and raised here in York County, so I'm a native here in York County. So I've been here all my life, and like I said, that's it. Like I said, it's very important to stay connected in your community, stay connected to other business owners, and I forgot about that. I forgot to say I'm in a BNI group. I don't know how I missed that, but I meet every Thursday morning, and I'm the secretary treasurer for my group.
Right.
And I get a sub for other people in other groups. And if you don't know what the BNI is, if you have a business, that's a good organization. So, like as you can say, as you can see, I'm very involved.
You certainly are. You've got a lot going on, but it's awesome. And I think it all contributes to your success. So I wish you well, as we move through the phases and you get back open. And I look forward to, possibly taking one of your online classes. That'd be a good fun. So thank you. Is there anything else you wanted to share today?
Well, like I said, but on my background, my husband and I, and family, my family is very important to me too as well. Between both of us, we have 6 kids. We've got 9 grandkids. Wow. So, yeah. And so we're very close to our families, and, and of course, God, we're very Christian, and, like I said, if it weren't for my faith and in the Lord to provide me the dance studio, and like I said, my community, my family, my students, my instructors, my team, Country Bootleggers would be growing and surviving the 26 years, and even through this right now. And I know right now it's really tough, and I know a lot of my co-owners of other studios, we had to answer our question, because right now we have to kind of start over again. We have to rebuild our studio because, people, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the old huggy type like it used to be. So we're going to have to come up with different ideas. We're going to have to stay engaged with other people and rebuild our studio from ground one again. And it's going to be really tough, especially for the dance world, to get back into dancing and people feel comfortable, not have to wear a mask, and that kind of stuff. So, like I said, I am willing and going to push through this with the help of the community and everyone else to open up the studio again and a different way, and hoping to grow my studio for the future. Mm-hmm. I'm not giving up. I know there's a couple of studios that she won't throw the towel in. Said I'm not going through this, again, but not me, not Cindy, the owner of Country Bootleggers Dance Studio. I am going to push through this with everybody else and I'm going to lead everybody through the new normal in a dance studio.
Well, we look forward to that. Thank you. And under the new CB Studios brand.
Yes, and hey, I've got a lot into my pocket, and a lot of different things are going to be changing. So whenever these phases goes through, you can guarantee Cindy is going to be right on top of it with the guidelines. And I'm really strict on the guidelines because I want to make sure everybody's safe. The safety is very important to me as well. So I'm going to make sure that we do it right and we are safe for my safety, my staff's safety, which are my team, and my students. So
that's great.
Well, and I can't wait to see you too.
Well, thank you for joining us. And we'll be looking forward to your adventures and your changes as they occur, like through your social media channels, and so we look forward to that. So thank you very much, Cindy. And
you're welcome.
We'll
You're welcome. And I'll be giving my webpage one more time. It's www.countrybootleggers.com, or you can visit my Facebook page. I love a lot of love and a lot of support. So you got to like Country Bootleggers Facebook page. And if you have any contact, you can contact the studio at 757-898-1922. So thank you for allowing me to share a little bit about me, the studio, and what the future is going to hold for everybody. But like I said, I can't say enough for the Retail Alliance. They are a great supporter of us. So thank you.
I appreciate that. All right. Well, thank you very much once again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, and I hope to see you in my class.
I'll be there.